Hey, everyone, how are you? Welcome to today's Lunch and Learn, where we're going to talk about prospecting for direct sales. Vanessa, how are you today? What's going on over in your world?
Well, obviously, Joe, I could not be more excited about our topic today. So that
Yeah,
kind of goes
definitely.
without saying. It's definitely in my wheelhouse, and I'm excited about this. What's going on in my world? Haven't had lunch yet. Excited about
Oh,
today's topic and really interested to hear. I love when we ask people what they're having for lunch, Joe, and I get to see all of these things that I never thought about having for lunch.
it bothers me, though, that nobody has tacos. I don't know what the deal is. Nobody has ice cream for lunch. Nobody has tacos. Some of my favorite stuff.
So, yeah, I guess if we did this on a Tuesday, they might have tacos, Taco Tuesday. Hi,
Maybe,
Andrea.
maybe, maybe.
So,
I don't
let
know.
us know in the comments what you're having for lunch. We like to live vicariously through you. So, certainly
Mhm.
let us know what you're having. And we'll get going on our topic today. Joe, I could not be more excited about this topic. I love talking about direct sales, network marketing, and multi-level marketing, sharing, friend to
Yeah,
friend, whatever we want to call it. I love talking about it. I just love this industry.
so do I. And I'm not trying to be boastful, but both myself and Vanessa have spent most of our adult life in that space, in marketing as well. So kind of look at this and go, we really understand it well. It's definitely our playground, and we can't wait to share, a lot of this information that we have today because guess what? This is new. This is a new tool. This has not been used before that I mean, it has been. We're going to show you some people who are using it, but it has not been put out there into the world of direct sales. And I can't wait to share.
And here's the thing, Joe. There are a lot of people using it. There are probably, well, not probably. I know for a fact there are people using it that we don't know their stories or what company they're with. We
Absolutely.
haven't, I've heard little rumblings, and we have a couple of groups that support people from
Right.
different companies. And so I hear things in those groups, but they haven't shared publicly. So I
Right.
can't wait until we have even more stories to share. We've got some pretty powerful ones today, but I can't wait until we have even more stories to share from the people who are kind of testing it out right now to
Oh,
see
yeah.
how it works for them.
Oh, yeah. And we love them. Thank you for testing.
All right, real quick. Butter Spindles pretzels. I have no idea what that is, but I think you might need to send me some. Facebook
Mhm.
user. Sorry, I can't see your name on here. Brown rice, quinoa, chickpeas, and spinach. Well, how healthy are you, Andrea? Great. Tacos are for Tuesday, not Wednesday. Doesn't know what she's having, Andrea Manning. Maybe a protein shake. Roasted chicken thighs and cauliflower. I love cauliflower. I could eat it every day. It's crazy.
Me too.
Italian
Me too.
sub. Awesome, Marie. Yes, those pretzels do sound yummy. So let me know where I can get those. Put a link in there
No doubt.
in the
No
comments.
doubt.
Okay,
'Cause-
let's get going, Joe, because we've so much
Yeah.
to cover today that I'm afraid we're not even going to get to it all. So
Okay. Let's do it.
let us do it. Prospecting for direct sales. So, direct sales is known as person to person marketing. You may hear it called all kinds of things, whether they call it direct sales or multi-level marketing or network marketing. Those terms are used interchangeably, but there are some nuances, and we're not going to get into that right now, except to say that the way we all look for new customers and look for new business builders and retain those customers and business builders, that's pretty much the same across all platforms, whatever you call yourself. So, we're speaking to you. If you are in this business, if you are an entrepreneur, if you own your own business, then we are speaking to you in terms of some of the information that we're going to share today. And I'm pretty excited about that. So, what's the goal of a direct sales prospecting automation, Joe?
Well, well, there are two main types of direct sales prospecting automations that can be used, and it's a warm or cold market, right? And let me explain really quick. Warm market, those are people that know you by your name, right? They know your name. You may not be best friends with them, but they're in your circle, friend of a friend, people you've met, they know your name. And of course, cold market. Don't know you from Adam. Wouldn't know you. Would if they saw your face and your name together, they'd be like, "Who? What? Why am I even listening? And anyway, these are the two markets that we kind of focus on. And the number one goal here is to gain a new customer, and number two, to attract a new business builder. So yeah, I mean, this is important stuff, and especially in the direct sales space, because I believe the number one stopper of people growing their business, they run out of their warm market, they have no idea how to prospect it in their cold market, or they're just chicken. They're too chicken to even call their warm market, and this might be a crutch for them. So anyway, there you have it.
Might be a crutch. It might be something that they could use that helps alleviate the anxiety of actually talking to people. It's amazing to me, Joe, the amount of people that get involved in this business, and they really are people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, huh?
So here's an example of something that is in use right now. One of our really great customers and affiliates is a doTERRA rep, and she's using this card for cold market. So are you interested in natural health care? Are you curious about essential oils and plant-based solutions? So she asks the question on the front of it, and then she has 2 QR codes on the back of this on the back of this postcard. This is just a 4x6 postcard. One of those QR codes lets them know a little bit about the company and a little bit about what she's talking about. The other QR code actually lets them sign themselves up to receive a sample. So if you're familiar with our automations at Mailbox Power, you can use QR codes or links to get people to self-enroll in one of our automations. And that's exactly what Tiffany did here by using this QR code that helps people, as soon as they scan the code, they fill out their information and they're automatically enrolled in this automation I'm going to show you. So they automatically enroll in this automation, which is a 5x7 greeting card that goes out with one of their doTERRA Deep Blue rubs. Now, we are going to talk about a lot of different companies today. We don't endorse any of them or not we don't endorse or not endorse any of them. We're simply telling you what people are using to build their business. This is not a corporate thing that we have going on with doTERRA. This is one of the users of doTERRA, one of the leaders in doTERRA that is using this product. So I just want to make that clear on the front end that these are individuals who saw the power that was right in their hands with Mailbox Power and being able to use an automation for prospecting. And I think that this is phenomenal. Joe.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Don't even get me started. If you've got a product you can sample and you're not sampling it and you're in direct sales, you are losing. And look at what's happening here. She has an executive account with Mailbox Power, which means she was able to send us product. And those products are a small little sample of Deep Blue. And I think everybody who's ever been around anybody in doTERRA, you've either smelled Deep Blue or you had it on you and you really like the product. And like she said, we're not endorsing these products, but I guess I am kind of, because I've used it and actually it's a great product. But what she's done, she's sending out a postcard. If you're interested, use this QR code. They add their name and address to the QR code, thus converting them from didn't know them from Adam to somebody who's interested enough to give up their address and their name. And now they're a digital contact that you can email and send other things in the mailbox like a sample. And we know that, in the space, you got a sample to win in the direct sales space.
Absolutely. I love how she put the first name of the recipient on the front of the card. So they know, they're like, oh, I did fill out my information. Here's their first name on the front of the card. She's got her information on the inside of the card. She offers them this sample. So it's just a great way. They've already opted into this, right? When they filled out their information, they opted into getting a free sample. So this is what they get. Then, the next thing, and I love also, Joe, I want to point out she scanned her signature so she could use her real signature in the automation, which I think is also a nice touch, and it really personalizes what she's sending. Okay. 100%. So then after they get that sample, 5 days later, this postcard goes out to them that has got questions. So assuming they've got their sample now and they've got and she says right here, hey, first name, sometimes when I give friends a sample, they have questions like what exactly are essential oils, blah, 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 blah. I won't read the whole thing to you, except to say that this QR code that she includes on this card is scannable and allows them to get more information and watch a video. And of course, now that they are a part of her contacts in Mailbox Power at this point, because they self-enrolled when she sent them that first card by using that QR code. So that's a pretty slick way of getting people into your contacts, people who previously were cold market, you didn't know them at all, and now they're a part of your group and part of your contacts in Mailbox Power, which means that you have the ability to continue to market to them.
Absolutely. And eventually, I guess we're going to have to talk to people about where do you find the cold market leads, like in our system using our list builder. Yes. And you can find people who actually fit your demographic, and you'll have all their names and addresses to actually send them something.
Yep. It's very cool. All right. She also did the same card in Spanish. She has a contingency of people that speak Spanish, and she did the exact same card in Spanish that filters into the Spanish version of the automation. So she created the exact same duplicate automation, one in English, one in Spanish. She's got them both going.
Love it. Love this.
So here's a warm market card. And this, I will say, I say warm market because it's important that you have some kind of contact with somebody before you send this card. If you just sent it to them, I'm not sure it would have the same impact. So I said warm market on this, but it could be that you've only had one conversation or you've only kind of met the person. So they could be like lukewarm. Okay. A lukewarm market contact. Anyway, bounce this card off a few of my network marketing friends. They all love it. And so this is it. First name, let me ask you a question. Are you living to work or are you working to live? Anytime you can ask a question on the front of the card or give them some information, you're going to pique their interest. The wheels start turning. They have to answer that question. Even if they don't answer it out loud, they're answering it in their own head, right? So then the inside of the card, think about it. Do you have the time, money, and energy to do the things you love to do with the people who mean the most to you? Or are you juggling life, feeling like you're treading water, never getting ahead, and running out of time to make a change? Now, obviously, this is not a product prospecting. This isn't prospecting for customers. This is prospecting for a business builder. This is an opportunity prospecting automation right here. So then inside, and I know this is a lot of words. I asked all my friends what to delete, and they said not a single word. So here we go. So if I'm honest, that's exactly how I felt when I came across something that literally changed my life and the lives of my family members for years to come. In fact, it changed the entire trajectory of my financial destiny. Up until that point, I couldn't see a way out. I always wondered why other people seemed to be living great lives with money for cars, family vacations, and investments when I could hardly pay my bills. People can relate to this. People who are looking for an automation can relate to this. Trust me. So it wasn't just frustrating, it was completely deflating, which is why I almost said no when this opportunity was first presented to me. I just didn't have the confidence to make a change, and yet I knew I couldn't keep going on with my life as it was and expecting different results. So now we're empathizing with the reader, right? Can you relate? Maybe not, but if there's a glimmer of recognition in what I'm saying, you owe it to yourself to at least explore your options. Because I've been down the path of scarcity and financial instability before, I'm passionate about helping others who are in the same situation. Hey, listen, give me a call. If what I share isn't for you, I totally get it. If it is, this one decision could change your life like it did mine. What have you got to lose? What if it works? So you're planting the seed for the person. Now, is this going to work on everybody? No. Some people are going to toss this away, but I put a little insurance policy on the back of the card in case they do toss it, in case they just slap it face down on the counter. There's a Jim Rohn quote on the back of the card that talks about happiness not being something you postpone, but something you actually design in the present. So this is something that people can use. Again, a warm market, you would have reached out to this person. They would have been open to this type of correspondence. And when I say warm market, it's as simple as, hey, so-and-so, whoever, hey, Joe, do you keep your options open? If so, I'm going to send you something. Watch your mailbox. That's the entire conversation that has to happen in order to send this card. So, so you've kicked the door open, and then you planted some seeds with the text here.
Love it. I love this whole thing. I love all the copy. You're right. It is a lot of copy, but you know what? This is, I guess, we are blazing a trail, a path that most people that get involved in direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing, they won't call. And
Yeah.
this passive approach to sharing what they're doing will work far better than not doing anything at all.
Yes,
Right? So, and that's the real
exactly.
point, is if most aren't going to do it, but they can click a button and this will go out to all their friends where they can read this and go, oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I think I am interested. I mean, heck, if you got
exactly.
100 friends, 200 friends, and 10% said yes, that's 20 people to, for you to talk to versus
Yes.
none. And it's
Yes.
hard to reach a bunch of people, right? It's hard to get that list out and start making phone calls. And this
It's
one
really hard.
click,
And
hundreds
you're
or
done.
100 or 50 go out and you're done.
And they're personalized. So if you remember
Yes.
on the front of the card, you've got their first name on the front of the card. Somebody asked if it's available in the design store. It will be shortly. It's in the review process, but it will be shortly. You're just checking on typos, but it will get there. So, so that is a great way to approach people for the opportunity. And of course, what I would do is put your QR code on the back of that and invite them to go and watch a video or something like that. So they can either give you a call, but at the very least, put something on there that they can do that doesn't commit them to something. So if you include a QR code and you have perhaps your company offers a business opportunity video or a meeting or a Zoom or something like that, where they're not like committing to a one-on-one conversation because that might be super scary for them. So let's
Yep.
say they don't want to do that. At least their backup plan, you've got a QR code or some call to action on the back of this card so that they can actually pursue this at their own pace if they're afraid to pick up the phone and call you.
Absolutely.
All right. Can we do Mandarin Chinese? One of the users is asking, Joe, you can certainly do any language you want. This is all built within Mailbox Power. So you would have to do the translation and then bring the text in. This card and all of our most of our cards that are available in the design catalog are editable. This one's completely editable. You could change this and put your own language in there and put your own story in there if you want to. The point is that none of this works if you don't actually send the cards. So
There you go.
you actually have to use it. So whatever you do it and then get it rolling, get it sent out. And Joe touched on our list builder a little while ago, and we perhaps will have time to touch on that again later in the lunch and learn. So here's another completely cold market. This is a postcard. What if health and wealth were on the same path? This is a cold market business builder opportunity, but somebody obviously looking to improve their health and their wealth. And this is a postcard that you can send out. And again, there's a little space here for a QR code. You always want to give them something that they could do at their own pace, right? Something that so they don't have to pick up the phone and call you, but they could get more information. So on the back of this, it says, I know, sounds crazy, doesn't it? But what if I could show you a way to get healthy and wealthy at the same time? Would you be interested? And then it goes into more information, but that's basically the gist of it. That's the question that you're asking people. So this is for a cold market postcard,
Love it.
obviously for health and wellness. Here's
Love it.
another one along the same terms, but what if you could build generational wealth? This is a business builder opportunity. Again, generic. This kind of tweak the words on the back. I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it? But what if I could show you a way to do it completely legally? Would you be interested? Just adding a little humor there. And then again, empathizing with people. When I first heard about this opportunity, I felt the same way you do right now, because you know that when somebody's picking up this card, they're going to be skeptical, right? And so you want to address that right off the bat. So when I first heard about this opportunity, I felt the same way you do right now. In fact, I was extremely skeptical. I'm so glad I took a look because it has changed my life for the better in so many ways. Hey, maybe it's not for you. You need to acknowledge that it might not be a good fit for them, right? Hey, maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But if you're curious like I was, scan this QR code and take a look. that is like the most benign way of inviting somebody to take a look at your opportunity. It doesn't put them in an awkward position. They don't have to set up a call with you. They can just scan a code. But the important thing about that is that it goes to a video that is so compelling and has a call to action so that they must get involved. They would not want to miss out on this opportunity. So think about that before you just start sending these things. What is your funnel? What does that look like? When you start sending out prospecting automations and things like that, make sure you know what you're going to do with the people. Like, God forbid if they should actually pick up the phone and call you. What would you say?
That's a problem, Vanessa. Because the phone will ring, and do you know what to say when the phone rings? And that is often a problem in many business genres that we help people prospect in. It's like, uh-oh,
Exactly.
the phone's ringing. Now, I know I wanted that to
Now
happen,
what?
but I don't. Yeah, now what? Exactly. But that's okay, right? That's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. And again, there's part of that is taken away if you can do a little QR code on here as well, not instead of a phone number, but if you can offer them a QR code as well, it's a non-invasive way of inviting them to take a look at what you have to offer. All right, next up, same thing. What if your plan B became plan A? Lots of people talk about the fact that, they have their 9-to-5 job and then they have their side hustle, or they think they should have a side hustle. And so this just invites them to explore that same language we had on the back of the other card. But again, another opportunity to just reach out to people and plant the seed. When people are looking for an opportunity, you have to plant the seed with them. So many people don't even know about this industry. They don't even know what's possible. They don't know that they could actually build a side income while they have their other income as kind of the backup plan, or the vacation money, or the new car money, or the children's piano lesson money, or the sports money, or whatever it could be. They don't understand that that is what this industry offers people, whether you're calling it network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, whatever you're calling it. Please convey that message to people that they do have options and they could build a backup plan. All right.
Absolutely.
You can tell I'm slightly passionate about this industry.
Keep going. Keep going.
Sorry, God. Here's another one. These are a series of postcards. They can either be sent together or individually. This is cold market prospecting for beauty. So some of these would apply to makeup companies, some to skincare companies. There's a combination of both in here, but this is something that you could send out. And by the way, this isn't just a prospecting automation. This could be a top of mind automation as well. So you can use it however you want. But the bottom line is you're asking people questions about beauty, about how their skin feels, as this first postcard says. But it's a really, really economical way to send postcards out to people. And by the way, these are designed on our small postcard, which is free to our pro members. So the small postcard, when you're sending it out, you're only paying postage.
We do free postcards? Free? What?
Like actually free. So not fake free, not like bait and switch free, but no, our postcards, our small postcards for our pro members and our executive members, you just pay for the postage on those. And our medium postcards are free for our executive members. So you're only paying for postage on those. You're not actually buying the postcards. And by the way, we haven't even said this, Joe. At Mailbox Power, you can send one card. You don't have to buy 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 cards and figure out how to send them out. You're buying one at a time if you want to. You can buy 10,000, you can buy 50,000, you can buy whatever you want. Keep our presses busy for sure. And that's all cool. But the bottom line is that Mailbox Power is completely scalable for your business. So there's nobody that has a business that is too small or too large for what we do. You don't have to buy them in advance. You're going to buy a postcard. You're going to put a name and address in there, or they self-enroll like we covered at the front of this call. And Mailbox Power is doing all the mailing for you. We put the name on it. We stuff it. It comes in a great envelope with the person's name on it, not current resident. So it's a very cool way to connect with somebody that the very least of what they're saying when they see these things is, how'd they get my name? How's my name on the front of this? How'd they print my name on the front of this? Because how often does that happen?
That's exactly right. That's what changes. That's the game changer right there.
Yep. Yep. So, Joe, talk about this prospecting automation.
Yeah, warm market prospecting. This is some current Beachbody coaches that are using this, and basically they're for their warm market. So most people have probably 200 people in their warm market, and this gets sent out. It's really, you're just introducing yourself in 3 shipments, and they're greeting cards. And just in case you didn't know, our pro members get 50 free greeting cards a month, and our executive members get 200 free greeting cards a month. You just pay for postage. So as you can imagine, to send out, one of these cards is 55 cents, I believe, is what postage is right now. So 55 cents. Yeah, 55 cents to let them know what you're doing, right? And how you're interested in helping them. This is written generically, but nonetheless, it really speaks to over 3 shipments with greeting cards, kind of about the journey that this Beachbody coach is on, and that they're looking for anybody that's in their warm market to join them on that journey to get healthy, is really what it all boils down to. And as you can see, that the first name's on the front of the card, it's embedded into the messaging. And this, what you're looking at is that first card, and you can even see that question that's just staring at you right there. First name, when you look in the mirror, are you happy with what you see? Question mark. This clearly has something to do with health and nutrition, and getting people on that journey to be the best person, the best person they can be, or the best physically fit person that they could possibly be. So anyway, pretty simple. And really, like I said, you add somebody's name to this automation and boom, click. First one goes out, week later, the next one goes out, week later, the next one goes out. So 3 weeks in a row, they receive a greeting card. And your warm market, you know what? They're going to remember it. They're going to see you on social media. They're going to see you somewhere, maybe at work, whatever it is, and they're going to remember that you're in Beachbody, and some, or you're whatever company you're in. They'll remember you if you're using these automations for prospecting.
Yes. So I do want to say one thing about prospecting specifically for business builders and for customers. You don't want to just do it once, right? Most people can't make a decision on the first thing they receive in the mail. They're going to make a decision after they've received 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things from you. So build that into your budget. It is much more cost effective to go into the list builder and maybe spend 10, 12 bucks and buy a list of 100 names and repeatedly send to them than it is to buy 10,000 and only hit them once. So I just want to make that clear that when you're prospecting, make sure that you budget for multiple shipments. And it could just be postcards. That's fine. That's where you start. But you want to budget for multiple shipments to the same person. And that's why our automations are so fantastic, because you can set these cards up just like this one, where the first card goes, then the next card goes, then the next card goes. You could do the same thing with postcards.
Absolutely. And one thing to just bear in mind, I want everybody to think of this. If your warm market received these cards, how easy is it to make a phone call or reach out via messenger or text and say, hey, did you happen to get the cards I've been sending you? And do you have any interest? Question mark. Versus having to call them and say, hey, I just got involved in this new business. Are you interested in just listening just for a minute to see what I've got going on? I got to tell you, it's a whole lot easier to call them and say, hey, did you get, and are you interested, than it is to start that whole conversation. So anyway, icebreaker, whatever you want to call it, it really, really works. And then your follow-up game, that's where it all comes into play. Fortune's in the follow-up, and there's where you've got plenty of follow-up to do.
Absolutely. So really think this through on the front end, just like being able to offer a QR code so they can opt into a future mailer. That type of thing is a way to make sure you're not just wasting your money on somebody. So there are lots of different tips and tricks and things you can do to kind of budget, but also be able to get yourself out there, get your name out there, and drum up some business, because that's what we're all about, right? Whether you're reaching out to customers or to business builders, that's what we're all looking for when we're in this space. So
Absolutely.
awesome. So we have a lot of different, like I said on the front end, independent people, independent entrepreneurs using Mailbox Power to build their business. I want to share some of these with you. Some of them, as I said, we don't even know who they are. But the ones we do know are represented here. There are many, many other ones. If you don't see your logo on here for your company, definitely send me a message and I'll make sure we get it on here. If you're using Mailbox Power to build your network marketing, direct sales, multi-level marketing, your business whatsoever, then send us a note and let us know, and we'll add your logo to this screen. Joe, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like as more and more people become aware of this, and more people start using it, and more people tune in to listen to the success stories that we're seeing with people that are using Mailbox Power, either to prospect new customers for their business or new business builders for their business, or to stay in touch with their existing customers, or for recognition for their business builders, or to let people know about new products or events or things like that. There's so many different things that people are using Mailbox Power for when it comes to this industry and this space. And I think that the more we learn, right? It just gets bigger and
Absolutely.
bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and I'm super excited about prospecting in this space. Yes, recognition is, another play at hand. Winning back lost customers, another play at hand, and educating, onboarding. There's all kinds of things you can do with the Mailbox Power that will just enhance, what you are already currently doing. But prospecting trips my trigger, because I know it's one of the Achilles heels of that business, that you can't succeed unless you could prospect. And we have a tool for you that has never been used before, and I get excited about it. Vanessa, I did pull up the list builder. Do you think we could take a few minutes and show these folks that are
Let's
in
do.
this
We're
space?
going a little long today, but I think we should do that, because I think people, when we talk about prospecting, they need to understand that we actually have a tool for that right here in Mailbox Power. Also, to address, I think it's Deb, it says Facebook user in the comments. Avon, I had it on here. I'm not sure what happened. I think I covered it up with my and more statement. But yes, I will add Avon for sure. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I love it, love it, love it. Yes, thank you, Facebook user, for that. Don't know who you are, but we love you. Thank
I
you.
think it's Deb. I think she shared on one of our calls that she's having great success using it with her Avon business.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, let's show people our list builder, and let's build a list for doTERRA. Do you want to help me? You guide me, and we'll go do this.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, this is our list builder. And what I want to just do is show you kind of how it works and kind of what's going on here. So we're going to choose individuals.
Yes.
And we now, as you can see, it says mailing list, geography, and demography. So what kind of a mailing list, where, and what specifically about these folks do you want to choose? So I'm just going to say all individuals, and I'm going to go to geography. And Vanessa, I'm going to do something right here, around me in my zip code 89074. Right? So there's 21,978 people. That's a lot of people. What do we
It's a
do
lot of
now?
people. By the way,
Oh,
if you look at what Joe's doing, it's showing you the number of records that meet the criteria that he's plugging in there. So on the right there, it's showing the number of records. You don't have to buy the entire list of 21,000 people. That might
no.
be cost prohibitive, but you can buy as few as 100, which is going to cost Joe today, right now, if he click the button right this second, $9.95. Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yep. Bargain at twice the price. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So we start here. And as you can see, there is a lot to choose from. But right now, building structure. Do we care what kind of home they live in? Length of
I don't
residence?
care about any of that. I'm more interested in their interests and hobbies, actually.
Okay. And I'm interested in income, because I don't want to advertise to somebody who's only making 20,000 a year and can't even afford my product. So I'm just going to put 65,000. That's pretty generalized. I think we can probably do pretty well with that. And depending on what you're promoting, this could have a play, homeowner or renter.
Yeah.
or link to residence, that kind of stuff. But we now get down to gender. If we're talking, doTERRA, are we talking about pretty much
Female.
primarily? Yep. Okay. So female. So let's see what's happening to our list now as we kind of
And
update.
that's
You can
not
see.
to cut out any of you men who are promoting doTERRA. Don't get me wrong. I just know that in this industry, it's predominantly female in terms of the people that come in the door. And then interestingly, a lot of the top earners are male. So I know there are plenty of males out there who promote doTERRA, but I'm just throwing it out there. I'm looking for females for my team. I'm
So
not in
tell me.
doTERRA, so I'm just telling you, I'm a doTERRA customer, but I'm not a
There you
business
go.
builder.
Well, what
So
ages would you want?
in my fake business right here.
There
Okay.
you go.
So I'm going to take the typical demographics, which is 35 to starting at 35 years old. Let's go on up to say 50, just
Okay.
so you're
Got it.
not clicking ages all day long. We'll
This
stop
is going to be
around.
it's going to be the perfect list. What are you talking about? Somebody's going to want this list at the end of the day, I promise. Okay.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
we've now gone from 35 to 50 as our primary marital status, age, birth month,
So
children's
look,
age.
now your list is down to 2,643 people.
Exactly.
So you
Yes.
could, what would that cost you, Joe? If you put the number you want, you put 2,643 in there, what would that cost you just if you bought that entire list? $214.
$214.
Huh,
Yeah.
might be worth it to you. Okay,
No doubt.
because
Okay.
that might be a single sale. I'm not too concerned about any of the things until you get down to opportunity seekers under personal interests. If you click
What about
personal interest,
interests and hobbies? Okay, we're here.
no, under personal, keep going, personal interests, which is right
Uh,
under interest, opportunity seekers under personal
okay.
interest. Yep, yep,
Yep.
yep, 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 yep. So
Okay.
this is what I'm interested in. Opportunity seekers. You can click that button and let me see what it says.
Okay.
Opportunity seekers. Those are people who have opted in as or identified themselves. Now there's
Wow.
only 116. Plug in the 116 and see how much that would cost me.
Okay.
Totally,
$11.
totally worth it.
Yeah, $11.54 to buy this list. You get all the names and the addresses, and you would be able to send something out within probably an hour, and you'd be rocking and rolling, ready to go. Waiting for your phone to ring is what you'd
Yeah.
really be waiting for. I really like this interest and hobbies section as well because there's
Yes.
a lot here, depending
Look,
on the business you're in, right? I mean, beauty and
health and
cosmetics,
beauty is one of them. Health and
right?
beauty is one of the
You got it.
options.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this one is actual cosmetics, right? And you look down
Yeah.
through here and you start to see stuff that like, oh, that's, that could be, associated with my business, cooking enthusiasts. Didn't we see
Yeah.
Pampered Chef on here somewhere?
We
Cooking food,
did.
cooking,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot here. Exercise. Oh, there's the Beachbody folks, right? We click on
Yeah.
exercise and see which one of them they, might fit that, best. But as you can see, there's a lot to choose from, a lot for you to look at. Down at the very bottom, we have other as well. And, turning 65, that's for insurance folks. Are they a business owner? A credit rating? There's some stuff here that makes a lot of sense. But I think for me, 116 laser targeted leads that I could actually reach out to, my chances of winning with this list is huge.
Yeah.
And that is kind of the whole deal behind this thing is, how can we help you generate a list of cold market people that you don't know? And then, creatively using that name on the front of the postcard that
Yeah.
gets their attention, where they pick it up and they actually call you, they engage, they get a sample, right?
Yeah.
They sign up for something. I think that's the way to do it.
So I just want to touch on this as well, Joe, that we're talking about cold market, obviously, and using the list builder. But think about this in terms of launching a new business builder. One of the things that new business builders are terrified that you're going to say, make a list of your, of all your friends and family member and everyone you can think of. Make your list of 100 and la, 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 on and on and on. And people, that's where people freeze and they kind of ghost you, right? They're like, oh, I didn't know I was getting into this. I didn't know I was actually going to have to talk to people, right?
Right.
So, but think about this. If you get a list of their 100 people and you can send out either a QR code or the I need your mailbox link, which is the link that we have at the top of our contacts, or you have a link associated with your automation. So any one of these links, if you were able to send that out, have them self-enroll in getting more information, or self-enroll in a prospecting automation, or self-enroll in a class, or self-enroll for a business opportunity. If you had that ability, think of how that decreases the fear factor of the people just getting involved. People who have just joined your business as business builders that really don't know what they're doing and they don't really want to talk to anybody. Get their warm market list and start marketing to those people. Do a business launch for them. Invite them to a business launch. I mean, there's sky's the limit. And that should be a whole different lunch and learn, Joe, that we can schedule for a future date, because I'm on a tangent about what you could do there.
Yes, ma'am, you are. There is a soapbox right behind you, and it says network marketing, direct sales, it says it all on there. So awesome stuff. I love it. Love it. Love it. Just like me and birthdays. Goodness gracious. Here we go. More soapboxes, please. All right.
Anyway.
Well, I think we're good. 41 minutes. We're a little over, but I'm really great information, Vanessa. Thank you so much for putting all this together today for everybody. I think this is an amazing piece for the direct sales community to just take a look at. And folks, if you want to get started, it's easy, really, no brainer. Got plenty of training, plenty of video tutorials, and really just easy to do. You just watch me create a list. How long it took me 3 minutes or 5 minutes with explanation of every single button I was clicking. It could have been over like that. Pick your card, run, and go, right? So
yes, absolutely.
Anyway.
So listen, folks, if you enjoyed this or you would like to learn more about this particular topic, we do have some videos over on YouTube, youtube.com/mailbox power. You can watch this Lunch and Learn or any other Lunch and Learn and go and check out the success story. I interviewed Tiffany Sosa, the one who I shared her cards at the beginning of this Lunch and Learn. I interviewed her a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, about her business and what she's doing using Mailbox Power to build her business. So go check that out if you have the opportunity. All right. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. We appreciate you. And we know you gave us some of your time today. It's your most valuable asset. And we really, really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at the same bat time on the same bat channel. We would love to see you again. And we'll be talking about automations again, probably. It would be my guess. So, yeah, definitely. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks.